There's been a small change in the schedule. The next talk is by Dr. Joel Bargul. He's a postdoctoral fellow working on camel zoonotic diseases at the International Center of Insect Physiology and Ecology at ICIPE, Kenya. He is a lecturer of biochemistry at Jomo Kenyatta University.
Good morning. Yeah, thank you for the kind introduction. So I just want to mention that I am a Thrive Delta's fellow, and I want to put up a disclaimer. I'm not an employee of the African Academy of Sciences. So I'm here to read slides to you that were prepared by Dr. Alphonsus Neba, who is a program manager at the African Academy of Sciences. He was unable to attend this meeting, and therefore I was selected to give this talk. We have other African fellows in the room, and therefore I'm going to, at the end of the presentation, there is a contact address in case there is any question that you'd like to be addressed. Then I can share with the Secretariat at the African Academy of Sciences. So I'm going to talk about the African Academy of Sciences and its programs. The African Academy of Sciences is a non-aligned, non-political, not-for-profit organization, and its headquarters are in Nairobi. It is represented well in Africa, so in South Africa, I mean southern part of the continent, northern part, eastern, central, and western part. There are offices of the African Academy of Sciences. And it is the only academy in Africa that enjoys the support and recognition of the African Union and the several other governments, including international partners. Now, the strategic plan for 2018-2022 of the African Academy of Sciences has 5 focus areas. There is health and well-being, environment and climate change, social sciences and humanities, natural sciences, as well as policy and governance. And AESA is the African Academy of Sciences platform that delivers funding, as well as managing these programs across the 5 focus areas. And the business plan for AESA includes 4 goals. The first one is to build research and development leadership environment. Second one is to support innovation and science-based and science-driven entrepreneurial culture, support the rising research leaders, as well as target critical gaps in the research landscape. And therefore, in the theory of change, the AESA platform supports these 4 pillars through various programs. For example, in R&D leadership infrastructure, we have Deltas Africa that Drive falls under, and many other programs that I'm going to talk about shortly. Under innovation, science, and entrepreneurship, we have Grand Challenges Africa, industry partnerships, and then developing young scientists through postdoctoral trainings. We have several programs that do that. And finally, in order to fill the critical gaps in the R&D ecosystem, the AAS targets research systems management, good financial grant practice, community and public engagement, science communication, open publishing, STEM advocacy. Then we have CARI. Now, what are the milestones and the impact of these programs? So far, the grant portfolio exceeds about $200 million, actually in 2018, to the various grantees. And this is just the summary of the grantees, the AAS grantees in Africa. And it is well represented, I think, apart from the northern part. So far, 4 out of 5 regions have received grants, and it's something that is ongoing. Now, in order to build the research and development leadership environment, there is Delta's Africa programs, which consists of about 11 programs. The ultimate goal of the Delta's Africa is to produce researchers within a capacity to publish and lead locally relevant and high quality research to impact health, science policy, and practice in Africa. Delta's Africa has 4 major aims. One is scientific quality, scientific citizenship, research training, as well as research management and environment. These are the 11 networks that are there for the deltas. So we have Delgeme, we have Marcad Workbip, which is in Ghana, Africa One, that is in Cote d'Ivoire, Sande in South Africa. Then we have SACAP again in South Africa. Kata is in Kenya. We have Mui Plus, which is in Uganda. Ideal is in Kenya. It's based at Kemri. And then we have Thrive. Thrive is based in Uganda. Actually, I'm a Thrive fellow. And then we have Amari. Amari is based in Zimbabwe. Now, one of the programs is a human hereditary and health in Africa that supports contemporary research approach to the study of genomics and environmental determinants of common diseases. And the focus basically has been on cardiovascular diseases. We have cancer, kidney diseases, respiratory diseases, rheumatic heart disease, hearing impairment, neglected tropical diseases, sickle cell, tuberculosis, malaria, and HIV. Already about, we have about 4 grantees in Ethiopia, Uganda, South Africa, and the Gambia. That is for phase 2 of H3 Africa. In order to support innovation and science-driven entrepreneurship, Grant Challenges Africa is spurring African innovation by providing seed funds of about $100,000 to innovators on various challenges. And in 2018, 4 calls were made in comparison to 1 in 2017. Now, this is summary of the awards that were made, the Grand Challenges Africa Awards. And they were in the areas of maternal health. We have antimicrobial resistance, drug discovery. And there are also awards that were made in 2019, about 20 projects. To support the rising leaders, we have AAS has a postdoctoral and affiliate programs, which includes affiliates. We have FLAIR, SACO, CR4D, APTI, RISE, and we have other new programs that are coming up. Again, to strengthen the R&D ecosystem, strong research environments supports greater research productivity, innovation, and building funder confidence, and therefore the African Academy of Sciences aims at building individual capacity, standards, institutional leadership, as well as sustainability. Then the other is the other gap is on standards, creating standard for good financial grant practice, and also engaging the community in research. We often do good work and then publish in peer-reviewed journals, and then we leave out the community. So they sometimes don't benefit from the kind of research that we do. And therefore, the African Academy of Sciences is very keen to ensure that the researchers actually, from the findings that they get from research, that is shared with the community. The other is science communication, the Africa Science Desk, which is a 2-year project to build capacity of science journalism in Africa. So early career African journalists are paired with senior science journalists internationally and continentally to provide mentorship. The other is a mobility grant. For instance, South-South collaboration, Africa-India mobility grants. And the aim is to cultivate the culture of collaboration, to serve as vehicle to improve research capacity and build leadership in biomedical sciences. So therefore, the African Academy of Sciences provides travel grants for short-term visits of up to 3 months to researchers from African and Indian universities in either direction, and calls open every month. We also have intra-Africa collaborations. Many countries in West Africa speak French, as well as, and those in East Africa and South Africa speak English. So at times there is language barrier. So in order to break that barrier, there are funds to bridge that gap. And then we have a platform for publishing. It's called the African Academy of Sciences Open Research Platform, whose tenets include research integrity, reproducibility, open data policy, open post-publication peer review, and transparency. So the good thing with this journal is that the moment you submit, after 7 days, the paper is online, the manuscript is online, and then the peer review continues. And all the comments are put online from the reviewers. These are the partners that support the African Academy of Sciences programs. Thank you very much.